Meeting is now streaming live on YouTube. You guys probably get tired of me opening up with that line, but that's what I see on the screen when I first sign in. This is Kurt Von Annen. I'm the host of the Mañana morning check-in. And once again, I am thrilled to be with you this morning. Today, whoops. Let me go turn this off. There we go. Sorry, folks. I was watching YouTube and, of course, left the volume up. So I had to turn that off for you. So many things are going through my head today. I've got that new series that launched out on the email listing today. If you're not part of the newsletter list, and it's, I say newsletter, but it's a daily message that goes out on weekdays. And today we started a new series. And this new series is based on successful traits, right? So what are the traits of successful people? And so each day is kind of an homage to, a specific trait that a successful person would exhibit. And today was the first day in that series. So I hope that, or today was the second day. Today was the second day. Today's the second day. It is the second day. Oh my goodness. See, the week is going by on me. I'm losing control. Well, here we are. I was, again, so many thoughts, right? I was in let me turn it so the light sees it. There we go. There we go. That looks good. I can see it that way. A Leader's Heart by John Maxwell. This is my daily devotional book. I went through it last year and I didn't put any notes in it because I was like, no, I don't want to pollute it for if I go through it again, right? Well, now this year I'm going through it again. And I'm being more purposeful. I'm making sure that, I get to each day. And if I miss a day, that I go back to it. And I see what that subject matter is. And I see what kind of positive influence it can have on my thinking for the day or on my brain for the day. So today is March 3rd, right? So today's March 3rd. However, I noticed that when I went into the book, I had missed February 15th. So I wanted to make sure that I went ahead and did the devotional for February 15th. And I wanted to kind of record where I was with that for today. Now, what's interesting is, and you'll hear this with a lot of people of faith will say things like, oh, the message came at the right time, or it was the right word at the right moment. It was the right, and so I didn't read this on February 15th. I read this today. Okay. It says, against the odds. This is from Leviticus 26. It says, you will chase your enemies and they shall fall by the sword before you. 5 of you shall chase 100 and 100 of you shall put 10,000 to flight. Your enemies shall fall by the sword before you. Now, whenever you read scripture and you read like one verse, it's so easy to take it out of context. It's so easy to lose focus on what's really going on. And I've read the Bible from one cover to the other cover, right? And I can remember being raised as a Catholic, right? I was reading the Bible as a grown person, and I was like, I don't remember this story. I don't remember this story. I don't remember. And it was like they strategically skipped things, right? Like, talking donkeys and things like that in the Bible. And really devout Christians get mad when I say things like that. But it's like, there's these things, like I talk about, Moses is running away from God at the hotel, and God's chasing him through the hallways trying to kill him, right? And I say it like that, right? Like I say it like I'm narrating something I saw on TV, right? But when you read scripture, that's what you read. Like God was chasing them. And then Moses' wife circumcises their kid and throws the foreskin, on the ground. And it says on his feet, right? On the feet of Moses. And it says, we've made your God happy. Like stop screwing around. And what it is, stop angering God. Stop pissing him off, just follow the plan. Do what he tells you to do. Right. And so when I read against the odds here and I read that from Leviticus, I'm like, I'm going to need some context on this. And thank goodness John Maxwell is there, right? So John Maxwell says, without a challenge, many people tend to fall or fade away. Charles Nobel observed, you must have a long-range vision to keep you from being frustrated by short-range failures. Vision helps people with motivation. That can be especially important for highly talented people. They sometimes fight lack of desire. That's why a great artist like Michelangelo prayed, Lord, grant that I may always desire more than I can accomplish, right? A visionary compass answers that prayer. Someone said that only people who can see the invisible can do the impossible. I like that so much I wrote it down this morning. People who can see the invisible can do the impossible. Okay. So people that can see the invisible can do the impossible. That shows the value of vision, but it also indicates that vision can be an elusive quality. If you can see vision for your team, then your team has a reasonably good chance at success. Vision gives team members direction and confidence, two things they cannot do without. And that is from the 17 indisputable laws of teamwork, as written by John C. Maxwell. And then it says, what is your long range vision? That is where my challenge for you today comes from. What's your long-term vision? Right. So, I do these things, right? I've got the challenge connection that launched this month, right? And I've even got someone in there using it, right? So I'm like, wow, people are actually going to sign up and use this thing. But so there's the challenge connection. And that for me is, how do I take leadership and communication for companies and organizations off of a limiting Facebook challenge and give them more options to grow their audience and nurture their audience through the challenge process and post challenge process, right? So that's why I built the challenge connection. I felt really led to do that. Okay. So that's one thing. I've got the Power Sport Academy, right? I love power sports. I love everything with two wheels, right? And so when I think about, you know, my skill set in leadership and communication, how can I help power sports dealers the most? How can I add the most value to power sport dealer owners and the people that work for them? That's showing them how to increase their customer service through communication, increasing their parts and labor sales, and giving them a higher profit margin for financial stability. The more we help these dealerships with financial stability, the more they can edify the brands that they sell and become the enthusiasts that they want to be, right? And that's just helping people be the best that they can be, right? And then you take a look at like these daily emails and these inspiration messages that I put out. Well, here's the truth of it is, I just want to build a tribe of people. I just want a community, a big community of people that are into adding value to others, showing signs of leadership, and just improving things. And so, when it says, what is your long range vision? The challenge connection is not a long range vision. The Power Sports Academy is not a long range vision. They are tools of my long range vision, but they're not the long range vision. A contract that I recently had with a recognizable company that I did not move forward with. If that was my long range goal, since I didn't sign that contract, or since I didn't move forward with them, I got to say this in the right way. Since I didn't move forward with them, and they chose not to move forward with me, it was mutual, right? I would, if I didn't have a long range vision, and that was a long range vision instead, well, that would be almost an unsustainable loss, right? But because it's part of an ongoing, longer vision, it's just a failed step, right? So we got to be really careful who we allocate our time, our energy, and our beliefs in, right? And so when the question says, what is your long range vision? This just came out of me this morning. It says to grow a large community of people that add value to others, to leave a legacy. And by legacy, I mean someone that can lead when I'm gone. And it's like, okay, so all of these things that I have, right? The Challenge Connection, the Power Sport Academy, Mañana No Mas, the Mañana No Mas podcast, all of these things. And I can remember when I chose the name Mañana No Mas, it was strategically not Von Annen Designs and PR or Von Concepts or one of those other names that dealt with a twist of my last name. And that's because I thought someday I'm going to want to turn this over to somebody. And I don't want somebody to have to deal, with the boat anchor of having my last name attached to it. And so Mañana No Mas was a non-Von Annen name that fit very well at the time and has grown into something that I've been able to brand. And so long range vision includes Mañana No Mas, right? But it says to grow a community of people. I'm going to grow that community through the Mañana No Mas brand, right? And then sooner or later, I'm going to pass away. I'm going to get hit by a bus. I'm going to fall off a motorcycle. I'm going to crash my mountain bike off a mountain. I'm going to get cancer. I mean, who knows what's going to happen, right? But I'll pass. And hopefully I will have developed my community and my leadership within this community that somebody can fill my shoes and push that legacy forward. And so that's what I'm working towards now. I'm looking at hiring people for the Power Sports Academy. I'm looking at bringing people in on the Challenge Connection. And I would love to bring some people in, maybe some interns in on the Mañana No Mas project and really start to give this thing some wings. So I'm at a point now where things are moving forward. And like I said, I read that and I went, boom, well, that fits today. That fits today just fine. And then I caught up on a couple of others, but that one really jumped off the page to me and I wanted to share it with you. Now, this all said, you can see what I'm focusing on. I'm focusing on positive things, okay? Focusing on positive energy, focusing on opportunity, right? I always say opportunity lies, opportunity lies within the obstacles, right? You've got to find them. You got to get out there and you got to do this for yourself, right? If you're not going to do it for yourself, do it for your family, do it for people that are closely connected to you. I was watching just this morning, I was watching the press conference with the national press, whatever her name is. I can't remember her name, the Circle Back lady. And, I was listening to some of the stuff that she was saying about, this initiative by the president to help, the security of all Americans and this to help with the security of this and this, and then to look at what they've done versus what they're saying. And so what is their definition of security? What is their definition of freedom? What is their definition of, and you catch yourself going, man, this isn't what I want. This isn't where I'm going. This isn't what I want to do. And you catch yourself getting caught up in that. You got to be careful. I was looking at TikTok. TikTok to me is my escape, right? I like to go into TikTok and see people do some dances and stuff, right? So I go into I go into TikTok, and this lady's talking about, this bill in New York's being introduced, and it's the governor wants to be able to lock up people for any kind of perceivable health hazard, and she goes, they're going to put people in FEMA camps, and even if it's true, might not be true. But even if it was true, do I need to focus on that today? No. And I'm going to encourage you not to as well. Being well-informed, being educated, go for it. But make sure you meter yourself and make sure you inject enough positive influence into your day. Like I said, I do this. I'm going to do it again, right? Here we go. I got a journal and I got a devotional, and I hit those on a daily basis to get my head on straight and to realize that even if there's negativity, even if there's stuff I don't agree with, I've got to align myself with positive energies to move positive, make a positive influence, and be a good leader to the people that chose to walk alongside of me. And I'm really careful to use those words properly, right? A leader isn't someone that just runs off out in front and says, hey, follow me, follow me, follow me. Right? We've covered this in the book Leadership. We've covered this in what was it? The 5. Oh, man, I wish I had everything right in front of it. Oh, I do. It's over there. 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. We covered all kinds of things, right? We talked about the book from Kevin Cope, right? Seeing the Big Picture. All of these things that we talked about. We talked about the dance of leadership, right? How sometimes you lead from out front, sometimes you come alongside of them, and sometimes you get behind them and give them a nudge, right? So I just want to make sure that I'm as positive as possible, and I want to make sure that I give a good, clear, clean, positive, action-filled message to people that want to come alongside of me and join the race. And that to me is hopefully the inspiration I leave you with for today. I can't say it enough. I did that small series on journaling last month in the email series, and all of this stuff. If you go to the mañananomas.com website, you'll see. I've kind of got like a directory there of articles. But if you look up the ones that I posted on journaling, it's amazing the difference that journaling has made for me in a short amount of time, and the ability to stay positive, stay active, stay interactive, ambitious. That all comes, not all, but a lot of it comes from that activity in the morning. So, folks, I love you. Have yourselves a great day. Let's finish out this week strong. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.